crafting cars here, happy Tuesday. Now for today's video, we're going to try to keep making progress on our 97 Civic build here. So today we are still working on the rear disc upgrade / conversion. If you guys remember last time, we had the wrong bracket to do the upgrade, but now we got the right Scarebird bracket to do the upgrade, as well as the rotors, calipers, pads, and new hubs. So we can make a lot of progress and install a lot of new nice parts today. But I am still waiting on the Civic SI e-brake cables and some rear brake lines. So those are gonna have to wait till the part 3 video. And then towards the end of the video today, I'm gonna be giving some details on our 1,500 subscriber giveaway that I was talking about. And that's gonna be with our channel partner, Super Clean. And so they help our channel out quite a bit. They offer us nice products and they help us out when we do giveaways like this. So yeah, I'll give you guys some details on how you can enter that towards the end of the video. But for now, let's get working on the Civic. Now today should be a nice easy day. We got all brand new parts to bolt up. I really like working with brand new car parts. They're a lot easier than working with these old crusty parts that we had to remove. If you missed out on that video, the rear disc brake conversion part 1 video, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description. That one will basically go through how to remove the hub, the old drum assembly, and all those springs and brackets and brake lines and all that stuff. So yeah, that was kind of a tricky video. A lot of that stuff doesn't go very smooth because this car is old. So I am very excited to start installing these new pieces. Now we'll start this off by installing our Scarebird caliper bracket here. Now this is the one for the CIV type spindle. There is a couple different types of spindles here, but this one you'll notice it's got 2 different layers, and basically you're gonna want it to be offset towards the car, and the brake caliper is gonna be mounted up with these holes here towards the rear of the car. So it's gonna go just like that. Now they supply you with hardware. This is what that looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of medium strength thread locker on here, just because brakes are one of those things that see a lot of vibration and heat cycle, and I've actually had caliper bolts back out on me before and don't want that to happen again. So go ahead and put these on. Go. All right, so the next part we're gonna install is the hub and wheel bearing assembly. I'm just putting a little bit of anti-seize on the spindle here, just so that the hub doesn't get stuck in case we gotta remove it in the future when we go all-wheel drive. Now, just to make my life a little easier, I got the hub and wheel bearing sitting here kind of by my heater, getting nice and hot, and that should make it easier to slide onto the spindle, especially since the spindle is pretty cold. The Civic's been sitting in my cold garage, so that is hot. Should slide on no problem. Just like that. Ooh, that is toasty. All right, and then I've got this little washer here I gotta throw on. Make sure you get that lined up. Like so. And we'll put on our axle nut. And then I think that's a 32mm socket. Yep. We'll get this thing torqued down. I think it is 134 foot-pounds or 124 foot-pounds. I'll just get it as tight as I can, and then later on I'm gonna have to borrow Gideon's snap-on torque wrench since mine doesn't go that high. So there's that. Now before I throw the rotor on, I'll go ahead and show you guys how this caliper is gonna bolt up. It's basically like any disc brake car, so caliper is gonna go right here, and then the bolts are gonna go back through the bracket into the threaded holes on the brake bracket for this caliper. So pretty straightforward. I just wanted to show you guys before I throw the rotor on, and everything is hidden, like that. All right, so now we're gonna get our caliper ready. You wanna make sure that the brake cylinder is turned all the way in, and you have your little retaining clips in place. Now I'll go ahead and try to slide in the brake shoes here. There's one. And there's two. So we'll go ahead, put the rotor right in this slot, and bolt this caliper bracket right up to the Scarebird bracket. And then once again, for these bolts, I'm gonna use a little bit of Loctite. If you go around to the backside, this lower 17mm bolt for the bracket here is actually kind of tricky to get at because you can't fit a socket and a ratchet in here. So I recommend you use a box end wrench, preferably a ratcheting one. Just makes your life a whole lot easier. There we go. So that's kind of it, guys. That's all the parts I got to install today. On the part 3 video, I'll be replacing that little brake line fitting there that got kind of stripped out. I'll be taking off the brake line piece that's mounted to the back of the trailing arm there. And then we'll be running new brake lines. I ordered some from Chase Bays. I really like that company. So that brake line connects from this all the way to the caliper with no interruptions. So that should be nice and easy to run. And then we'll go ahead and run new e-brake cables as well. That's the e-brake cable right there. Gotta find a way, maybe drop the exhaust and get that thing routed to the e-brake in the cabin. So we'll get all that figured out in part 3, but now let's talk about that giveaway. All right guys, so thanks for sticking to the end of the video. Now, I've had this Civic for close to 8 years now, and I've always wanted to do the rear disc brake upgrade. So I'm very happy we finally got the rotors and calipers mounted up, and it's starting to look like a 4-wheel disc car. So that's super exciting. I wish the car came like that from the factory, but this was an economy car starting out, so we don't really get that luxury. But yeah, like I said, I've always wanted to do this upgrade, and since we've started doing performance modifications, it's kind of necessary that we have 4-wheel disc brakes now, and with our proportional valve, we'll be able to take full advantage of that, so I'm really stoked on that. And in the future, I might hook up or actually, I recommend, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, you upgrade your master cylinder as well. Since you'll be pushing more fluid and there's more motion out of your brakes, I highly recommend you get a larger diameter master cylinder out of either an Integra Type R or possibly an S2000. So look forward to that. That might be part 4 of this whole journey. So yeah, there's that. As far as the Super Clean giveaway, entering these is super easy. All you gotta do is send an email to craftingcars@gmail.com. We'll go ahead and throw it in a random generator, pick a random name out of there, and Super Clean will ship free products to your house. Now, I highly recommend you enter it in and give these products a shot. Gideon and I both use the products in our garage, in the house. We use them to clean up our engine bays, cleaning up engine blocks and stuff like that, and we've always had a good time with it. It works extremely well. There's no harsh chemicals or anything, so I'll use it to clean my epoxy floor and it doesn't strip it, just gets all the grease and stuff off it. So highly recommend the product. And yeah, so go ahead, give that a shot. We will find out the winner next Tuesday. So next Tuesday is actually my birthday, and I plan on doing a live stream, streaming some games, as well as announcing the Super Clean giveaway winner. So stay tuned for next Tuesday. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. See you next time. Bye.